All right, when it comes to mom groups, are they necessary? And can black and white moms truly be friends? Our next guest went searching for those answers and more when she became a mom but couldn't find them.
So she wrote about it herself. Helena Andrews-Dyer is a culture reporter for the Washington Post and the author of The Mamas, What I Learned About Kids, Class, and Race from Moms Not Like Me. Great to have you here. Congrats on the book.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, what led to this? How did this come to be?
Well, the easy answer is a baby. You know, I got pregnant with my first daughter, Sally, and I am a joiner. I'm also a journalist, someone who loves information. And the first thing someone told me was, "Oh, well, did you join the Facebook group?" And I was like, "What now? What Facebook group?" And all of a sudden, you're entered into this group, and it's just this wealth of knowledge. You know, being a
I don't know about the Facebook group.
It was a neighborhood Facebook group for all the moms in our neighborhood, right? And you learn about the nanny shares and wake times and the baby music class and the baby yoga class and the happy hours and just all these things people were doing. And I had no idea. And so I was like, yes, I want all of these things, but the Facebook group was very white, right? I felt like I was one of the only mothers of color, definitely one of the only black women in the group. And I thought, well, is this for me then? You know, I want this information, just who wouldn't, right? Especially when you're a new mom. But I felt as if, you know, I didn't belong, or as if it wasn't something for me because there weren't a lot of people who looked like me. But eventually I got over that hump, and some of the women in the group became, in real life, offline, you know, IRL, some of my closest friends. And I think it was because we had the patience with each other to really form a true friendship, right? Because, you know, when you're just moms, like, is this my park friend? Is this like my school friend?
I'm figuring that out right now. It's different, right? Like, I see moms at school drop-off, and we have 2-minute chats every morning. I'm like, I wonder if I could actually be friends with them because I want somebody like that. Do you need mom friends and mom groups like this? Are they really important?
I think so. I am a mom group evangelist. I really am. But I think what's really funny about the book and what I found is that you learn that your friends who are moms, right? Because I have friends, I had other friends. Your friends who are moms aren't necessarily your mom friends, right? Because a lot of my friends who had already had kids, their kids were older, they had gone back to work when I was on maternity leave. And I'm like, no, I need someone who's going to text with me for 2 hours about this diaper rash. Like, I need someone as obsessed.
In this stage.
In this with me, and I need community, and I need support. And eventually I was able to build that through the mom group, but there was a barrier there. There was a wall there because of race, because of class, all these different things. You know, there are moms in the group who have a different sexual orientation, and they felt different, you know? And since the book has been out, I've gotten so many emails from people who are just like, thank you for this. Thank you for just solidifying that it wasn't just me. I'm not just the awkward one, right? Because it's also really hard to make friends as an adult.
Yes.
We don't talk about that.
It is very hard to make friends. And then if you come from a different culture, a different background, different class, how do you get over that barrier? What did you learn are some ways that moms can become friends, really mom friends?
I think the first point for me was just to get out of the house, right? I write in the book, like, I couldn't watch another episode of Game of Thrones. Like, I had to get out of the house and actually go to like this park meetup they were having and just like suck it up, right? I had been watching them, lurking and stalking them online, and I finally just got out the house and went. And when I showed up, I was just like, okay, here we all are, just enjoying our babies and having a good time and being so open with each other. But I think to truly forge a connection, you have to have a lot more patience, right? Because it doesn't happen in a play date. It doesn't happen in a park meetup. It doesn't happen in a baby yoga class, which we were all taking. And when you start to have the uncomfortable conversations, right, after the murder of George Floyd, after this country's racial reckoning, then we had to really dive into some deeper issues, because now my kids are playing with your kids.
Right.
And I want to know what you're teaching your kids and what you're talking about, right? And some folks did not have the patience for that conversation. Some folks felt too uncomfortable by it, but some people didn't. And some people really dug in, and those are the women who became my real friends.
And that was the time you were writing this book, right?
Exactly.
Was through all of that? Wow.
Exactly.
We have so much more questions to ask, but we're running out of time. But you are continuing this conversation this evening. What is this virtual event?
I am. I'm doing a virtual book talk with Shilpi Malinowski, who is also an author and mom in my neighborhood. And Loyalty Books is sponsoring the book chat. So if you go to loyaltybooks.com. You'll find out all the information. It's a virtual
so I can
chat.
put my child to bed and then get
there
online.
You go.
At 8 o'clock. Because we can't
Specifically because the kids can be asleep.
I know, that's so good.
Helena, thank you so very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.